Hello everybody and welcome back to another adventure on 539. So we are picking back up again at this little graveyard that is across the street from a campground and is literally surrounded by a state park. And it's also right next to a location that we've explored before, or at least part of a location that we've explored before, known as Monument City Ghost Town. And it was a town that was flooded by a reservoir and is now located completely underwater, save for a few streets out there. And so we're gonna take a drive down one of those streets right now and walk around and take a look at another section that we've never seen before here on the channel, and hopefully we'll find something else to look at, find some more ruins, find some signage. I'm not really sure exactly what's gonna be back here or if anything's gonna be back here at all. All right. So not far away at all. You can see our dead end sign there. However, this actually goes for some way. Hey, it's one of the Bigfoots. People put up these outlines of Bigfoot in pretty much all over the state of Indiana and sometimes in Ohio, and I don't really know why it is. So if you know anything about that, let me know in the comments below. I'd be interested to find out why people do that, because it seems to be some sort of trend. It looks like right over here is someone's private property. And there's a parking area right there. But for the moment, this part is actually open. I don't think we can get much further in this, driving anyway. But we're gonna park here, and there's actually an old, it looks like part of an abandoned bridge right here, and we can cross that and then head the rest of the way down the trail to the end of the road at the water. So, let's see. We'll park over here because there's actually somebody fishing down at the shoreline. So it does look like we're gonna find a few things back here at the very least. I gotta pack up my stuff. I don't wanna leave it here in the car with other people around here. Not that I don't really trust anybody, but at the same time, better to be safe than sorry. So let's get this stuff packed up real quick and head out and see what we can find. And over there to the right, you can kind of see the car that's over there, so we're gonna give them a wide berth here. So you can kind of tell just by looking at it here that this bridge hasn't been crossed by regular traffic in quite some time. It is in fact restricted to only foot traffic now. Obviously it's been repaired with some new wood over the years here. So our road would continue on down here and off into the distance. So let's see how far we can take it. There is some trail markers here. I don't know if they completely follow the direction of the road or not. And you can see another trail over that direction, just sort of going down to the base of the stream there. And actually is off limit to bicycles. It's kind of strange. It seems almost perfect for like a BMX bike or any type of off-roading bike. Huh. Those people are being really, really loud. I don't know what they were doing over there. I think they're just fishing. I see and hear a lot of people out right now, hunting and fishing and doing stuff. Seems like almost for survival. I mean, I don't think anybody's that desperate yet, but people are certainly starting to prepare now. Wow. The animal life is starting to get incredibly loud right now. We're coming up on some sort of clearing. I do think that they lease some of this out still to either the original farmers or to modern day farmers maybe. I don't really know how old this is right here, but you can see that we are still traveling down the road here, and it should end way up ahead. You can kind of see a yellow sign up there, probably indicating that the road ends in water. But in certain parts of the year, this is actually used for hunting. Right now, it's not supposed to be used for anything, really just for hiking and enjoying nature. However, you never really can tell what's going to happen, so I decided to throw on the orange hat just in case there's some people back here. Obviously, there's some people back here fishing, so you never know if maybe there's somebody back here hunting. I haven't heard anything yet. I haven't seen anybody other than those people yet, but just want to be on the safe side at this point. And again, just so strange to think that once this was alive with cars and houses, farmland, people, and now it is just completely left to nature. Alright, it doesn't seem like we have too much further to go now. I'm still waiting to see any more evidence of the houses or foundations or whatever might be left here. We did see the one bridge up front, and clearly this road going back that will eventually dead end in water. It looks like just over the hill here. But yeah, hoping to see some other relics. A lot of times we see more road signs, more signs of pavement. It looks like maybe this was a gravel road to begin with, so there's probably not quite as much here to find. However, we may find some evidence of houses and other things. I'm not really quite sure, since again, this is part of the ghost town that I've never ever visited before. Definitely some interesting noises going on. Some strange tapping that doesn't seem to be a woodpecker. Sounds like there's something being dragged through the woods as if it were a really large snake, but it's just a little bit too big to actually be a snake. And then I heard a bird call, but it kind of almost sounded like a hunter with a bird call was just literally sitting by the road and making the call. It's only happened one time, and it just sounded kind of fake. So I'm not really 100% sure what I'm even hearing back here. But this is really tricky terrain right now. Lots of brush over to my right, and all kinds of mud over here. So I'm kind of straddling between the two so that we can make it down the way there to our final destination. I think I really should skip over to the other side, but I feel like now it's a little bit too late. And you can start to see the reservoir, which is really low right now through the woods. It probably a lot of times is so flooded that you can't actually get down this far, or at least not much further. But again, kind of making me feel like this was originally a gravel road, because I'm not seeing a heck of a lot of evidence of the road like we see in a lot of other places. There's clear pavement with still, even in some areas, a little bit of paint left, it seems like, and a lot more road signs. There's some sort of sign of civilization. I don't really know how old it is. It kind of looks almost brand new. It's really thorny down here. It's actually an old tire just sitting here. It kind of looks like an area that could be part of an old homestead. Definitely some newer growth in the trees. You can see right here someone's tire. However, I don't know, it looks kind of new, if I'm going to be perfectly honest. But the area kind of looks right. Alright, let's head back up to the road here. Oh, yeah, you can definitely tell it was part of something. You can see the old fence line here. So this is someone's old barbed wire that they used to mark off their property, and maybe they had animals and were preventing animals like cows and chickens and stuff like that from escaping. You can see all right there. And then, yeah, I guess it doesn't really have a fence post. I was thinking that was, but that's actually just a tree. But yeah, clear evidence of the civilization that used to be back here. So definitely found a place where a home used to be, at the very least. And obviously, to a lot of you who have seen the entire series of the Monument City Ghost Town, you will know that a lot of the actual buildings, a good portion of them at least, are literally buried below the surface of the water. You can see more evidence here. Looks like old fence post. They may not be original. It could technically be part of the park, I suppose, now, but it doesn't seem like it. I don't really know. It does look like a pathway once went back here. And again, it is all part of the park, so it's not like it's off limits now, so there's no issue with us going back here and exploring it. But kind of looks like it just dead ends right here, where a structure would have been. Although I would love to find an old foundation somewhere. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, we're just kind of going deeper and deeper into nothing. But as you can tell, it's sort of cleared out right here. And so this is probably where a home once would have stood. Again, just completely covered by nature now. Kind of interesting how that happens. Alright, so we're heading further back off road. I located a pond. I think it's part of their pond that they built for their home. Most certainly this seems like an area that used to be someone's yard, just the way the grass looks and the way it's cleared and the way there was that sort of blocked off area that was a pathway, but it's not like it was an old trail that they were trying to keep people from going down. It literally just looked like the original either gateway, or the farmer tried to, or whoever owned the homestead, I guess, tried to block off the area so that people couldn't drive up in their driveway. This is kind of getting eerie looking back here. But I'm interested to see if anything will be left behind there. Whew, this is quite a hike. It's definitely stuff back here. Wow. Well, there's a remnant of something. It's a really old sandal. That's kind of crazy. Let's keep heading forward here. Right through the woods here appears to be the pond. It's completely cut off from the rest of the reservoir, although it might be flooded during certain parts of the year. But it certainly seems to be an old man-made pond. Again, though, I'm not 100% sure. Ooh, here's something right here. Looks like old insulation board. There's definitely some stuff that the park has put up here. I'm not sure exactly why, but over there you can see some sort of equipment right there. Unfortunately, though, I'm not seeing any remnants of what used to be here. Might be able to just use this pathway to make it down to the reservoir, and then from there walk around to where the road was. Just a little bit disappointed, though. Was hoping to see a little bit more from the homestead that used to be here. Yeah, you can see the difference, how far it drops off down there compared to the level of the pond. So it does seem like someone built it here on purpose. I mean, it definitely was built here on purpose. So someone must have done a really good job of getting everything out of here. Although I think we might get a slight view from this angle of part of the town that's underneath the reservoir, since the reservoir is literally so low right now, and I think our original roadway is just right over there. Coming up on the hill now, we can definitely see this is the road right here, and we're connecting with another modern day trail. It kind of looks like, again, this might have been part of someone's old yard. Kind of clears out very nicely, almost too convenient for it not to be true. And would have been an amazing place with a really incredible view. You can see there definitely are some boards. That's for sure man-made. Be interesting to see like a swing or something, or a piece of foundation. Anything like that. But I think we're going to actually have to turn around and backtrack, because we're now so much higher in elevation than the shoreline. Yeah, I don't know. This seems fairly plausible. It's very flat, lots of open space, very low growing plants, seeming to insinuate that they haven't been around as long as the rest of the place here, and that's what I'm kind of going off of to judge whether or not it could be an area where a house used to be, especially if we can't find any of the actual structure. But unfortunately, at this point, we're going to need something a little bit better than just a single board to prove that this actually once was a homestead. So at this point, it still remains a mystery. Because again, in some areas, it's just very obvious. I think I see it's either a log or it's a piece of foundation. I think it's foundation. All right, I think we actually stumbled upon something to at least prove that life used to exist here aside from just wildlife. Yeah, definitely an old foundation right here. So you can see, it looks like a piece of sidewalk would have been there, and this is probably like a really, really small shed. I don't see anything else around. I don't know. I'm gonna keep looking here. I want to make it down to the water line though first, because I don't really think there's anything else in this direction based upon how hilly it is. It doesn't seem like it would make a very good area. So let's continue that way, see what else we can find, and then we'll kind of do a small little loop around here with whatever time that we have left. Excuse me. Sorry, I thought I actually heard something, and so I was trying to figure out what that was while talking at the same time. But I've only got about another hour of daylight, and then we're going to be searching in the dark. However, as far as I know, this place is open at night, so it's not like there's any risk of getting towed or anything like that, so shouldn't be an issue. Here's another relic of something. Kind of looks like one of those really heavy rollers that was used to flatten down the land. I really don't know. Or a tank of something. Maybe a propane tank or something. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think it is? Almost here to the very edge. I'm seeing some more stuff here in the trees. I can't really, well, not trees, but the brush. I don't know what this is. Kind of looks like porcelain. Yeah, it's porcelain. I think it's an old toilet. It's literally a piece of an old toilet. So I'd say we definitely found the evidence that we're looking for. Here's more of it right here. You can see this is actually the base right here. And then this right here, which is a little bit too heavy for me to get up out of under all that brush, is actually part of the bowl. So I guess we finally ran into at least some bit of evidence proving that this once was a homestead. And seeing something else here. Oh, that's another piece of it. Wow. And I'd say for this particular situation, it's very unlikely that some prankster or partier or something like that just randomly drug it all this way and then left it in the woods, as opposed to it actually being a piece of this land's history. And here we are, we have arrived. You can see it's a no horse zone here. And as you can tell, the water level is way down, but I'm not sure exactly where we explored before. Let me look here. Okay, so we actually explored way over in this direction here. And the island is way over there so far you really can't see it from here. And I don't really know how much is going to be over in this direction here, but we'll go ahead and walk it for a little ways at least. I do think I see some sort of man-made objects here ahead. Kind of crazy and almost a post-apocalyptic feeling here. Just seeing this all dried up like this. It's not like this all year round. It actually normally comes right up here. You can see where the shoreline normally exists there. And whoa, some sort of man-made object there. Very, very heavy. Maybe part of a boat anchor or something. And again, you can see lots of bricks. One there, It's another brick right over here. Another one right there. And then very clearly some cement structure right here. And this probably would have been foundation of another building right here. You can see where they had drainage coming out here. And lots of building materials here. Lots of stone, lots of brick. And then obviously another clear indication of something is this metal post that goes out and literally disappears into the hillside there. So climbing up here, you can get a little bit better view. There would have been a structure here, definitely some wood pieces. I don't know what these sounds are. It sounds like seals, but there are no seals in this area. So I can't tell exactly what it is. But yeah, we've discovered yet another piece of the ghost town here. Whatever this building used to be, it looks like a part of the stairs right there. And originally it would have just all been along a river. And the river was flooded to make the reservoir. And now this is literally all that's left. And just as I thought I wasn't going to find anything else, there's a very large, or excuse me, a very long pipe leading off in that direction. So there is clear infrastructure here. Obviously being partially flooded a lot of the year, it's unlikely that there's any wooden structures still remaining intact. However, still incredibly interesting. And you can see even here very clearly that the evidence of civilization continues off. Lots of old clay piping here. Wow, you sink real quickly in that too. I mean, just tons of it. And right over here, I don't know if this is actually legit or if somebody actually just did this, but you can kind of see the direction that the pipe was taking, if it is indeed accurate. I want to risk the sinking here just a little bit so I can, I don't know what that is. Some glass bottle. Alright, let's continue down a little ways here, see if we can find anything else. Looks like a tire just sitting there in the middle of the water, or not the water, but of the sand. See if we can find any more evidence of buildings though, and then I'm gonna head off to the next location because again I don't have a lot of daylight left. And you can see some evidence of the hunting that has happened here. Little shotgun cartridges right there. Oh wow, another chunk of something right there too. Very, very small, whatever it was. But definitely part of the town that used to be here. And I'm sharing this beach with lots and lots of animal prints. I don't know what we're gonna end up running into. Let's cut off here for a minute and try and get a little bit closer of a shot here. I think we're in another hot spot here. See lots and lots of rock. It looks like rubble. You can see the different pieces that, well, clearly are man-made. Like this here is something. There's definitely a section of staircase right here. All this is definitely pieces of what once was, again, Monument City. All right, we're almost to whatever this tiny structure is. Wow. Seeing more brick here. There might be another foundation over that way too. Oh, this is gonna be a little dangerous from this angle. I have to fight the steep hill here just to get close to it, but definitely worth it. All right, we definitely arrived at whatever this is. Oh. I don't know. Maybe part of an old fireplace, or maybe a well opening. Hard to tell for me at the very least. You can see where it dips here. I don't know if that's natural or decay. And then there's a bolt right over here, and the same right on the other side as well. Clearly part of the old town, but again, I don't really 100% know what I'm looking at, so kind of need all of your help here. I don't know even how much of this has been documented in the past. I'm sure there was some small documentation done when they initially began tearing this place down, but it's hard to say how much information they collected or what all was done. As far as I know, there were some documents saved. The cemetery memorials were moved to a new location, which we've explored previously on 539. So if you're looking to check that out, make sure you look up the Memorial City or Monument City Graveyard or Monument City Cemetery. I can't remember 100% what I labeled it. But we're coming back around the trail line that runs parallel to the shoreline. So let's go ahead and take that for a little ways instead of the muddy shoreline. Looks like more fence post right along here. I'm seeing a tire again, but nothing to go along with it. We have made it back to the main road here. Kind of stumbled on it completely by accident. So we're gonna head back up that and check out a few more things and then head out, and we'll come back. There's actually still a few more areas that we never have checked out here, and so I definitely want to make my way back here pretty soon. Definitely a good area, secluded, not a lot of people here. Only saw one other person while I was here, and they were so far away that I couldn't even really talk to them if I wanted. So let's head back up to the front, check out a few of these little side roads or whatever, and see if there's anything interesting along there. I know we've been going quite a ways now, so we're definitely gonna have to put the rest of this off to another part in the series. But again, if you're enjoying the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you share it on your favorite social media network. And also, if you never subscribe, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We do this several times a week and go to lots of cool places around the United States and hopefully more. soon to come after all of this craziness is over. But I appreciate you all coming along with me on this journey. Alright, well, we're almost to the front again to the car, but I did find another area that used to be a homestead. I saw some more fencing, and I knew that there had to be something up here. Right here is some very clear machinery, and the fencing starts right where the road was. So yeah, again, if you know what it is, let me know in the comments below. And directly behind it is a piece of very large cement, actually a lot of chunks of it. I don't know if it was originally from the road or where it was from, but you can definitely tell it once again that we are in an area that used to be lived in. Let's go ahead and cross the bridge. See if there's any other paths that we could potentially take really quick. Again, we're getting so much filmed right now that it's going to end up turning into another part no matter what, so I think we might as well let it off here. There is our bridge right there. We get a quick look from the bottom here. Probably actually could just cross right there. It's literally only a few inches deep. Actually looks like the bedrock coming up. It's kind of interesting. Alright, well, this is pretty much going to be my last location for the night anyway, so let's go ahead and do it here. Whoa, very slippery. Alright, we can at least say we took an interesting way back. Alright, thank you all so much for joining me on this adventure. Again, don't forget to subscribe if you've never subscribed before. I figured it'd be kind of cool to end this adventure here down at the shoreline where those people were fishing, to give you kind of a little bit of a interesting view to end it out here on 539. Again, we will be continuing to explore this section and find more and more pieces of this ghost town. And actually it looks like we're coming up on a small waterfall right now, at least during this part of the year. So kind of an interesting area and an interesting way to end off the episode. So I kind of like this. So yeah, during lots of the year, this will all be flooded and probably is not a waterfall at all. And as I was saying, you can actually see what is the shoreline most of the year right there. And so, very easy to tell how low the level of water is right now. And so, more than likely that would not exist. However, it would be a very, very dangerous drop-off right at the edge of the water. So, kind of interesting. All right, thank you all. See you in the next adventure.